Good morning, everybody. I'm an associate professor in School of Physiotherapy with VISTAS University. I feel really very privileged and honored to be a part of this seminar. Actually, I want to thank the GRAPS Trust and the TAIF for this, because it's not an easy task to gather all the research scholars at one particular platform, especially on a Sunday. So it's really nice on their part, and I thank them for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I published many journals, including Scopus, and recently I've been awarded as an Academic Excellence Award for faculty by my own university, and I'm rewarded Rs 10,000 cash for that. And I'm receiving this award in the same week or same month, so I feel happy and I wish to share that. Thank you so much. And to start with, many research scholars are here, or many scholars are here. எல்லாருமே நிறைய ரிசர்ச் பற்றி பேசிட்டீங்க. ஸோ ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு கிவ் அ ப்ரீஃப் அவுட்லைன் ஆர் ஓவர்வியூ அபவுட் திஸ் குட் ரிசர்ச். Before going into the depth of my topic, I wish to just compare this in a facetious way, in a humorous way, in a funnier way. ரிசர்ச்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா பிரியாணி பண்ணுற மாதிரி. ஒரு சிலருக்கு பிரியாணி பண்ணுறது இட் இஸ் த டஃபஸ்ட் டாஸ்க். இட் வில் டேக் மோர் தேன் 2 hours, all sort of preparation, this, that, everything. But for some, out of experience and out of practice, out of preparation and a proper plan, it is a matter of like few minutes. Few minutes in the sense, எல்லாத்தையும் ப்ராப்பராக பிளான் பண்ணி இதுதான் அதுதான் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாமே ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணி everything, if you do it and if you know it and do it motivatedly, definitely it will be a grand success. Simple, அதே தான் we are just going to talk about research. So coming back to the research definition, next slide please. Fine, thank you. So research is nothing but it is mainly for the readers. They should gain insight. What is a research? Padikravungalukku they should know what it is. And accordingly, if you just see it, it is a systematic process, and not only that, it is a sort of an advancement of the society. When we just do a research, it should serve the society. As one of the speaker before was saying, like Dr. Abdul Kalam was asking, when you do a research, what will be the utilization or usefulness or effects for the public? Is of course when we do some research, definitely it should serve the purpose. And I, being belonging to the medical field, definitely when we do some research or when we publish a journal and we conduct a research and publish a journal, idha main ah paapom patients ku eppadi use agum illa students ku in which way it is going to be useful for the next level abindratha vechi da we are just doing it. So when we do something, it should serve the society and also helpful for us. So that's the main thing. And according to the author Theodosin, he said that it is any honest attempt to study a problem systematically, and it is adding knowledge to the society also. And according to the Saunders et al., it is something like gaining the knowledge to find out something systematically. So that is about the research definition. Then the characters of the research: it is a systematic process. It should be conducted properly. And when we are just selecting a problem, it should serve the society, and the problem should be defined clearly, and we should have an in-depth knowledge of what we are just going to do it, how we are just going to do it, and analysis of that. All those things is necessary. And research should have an objective. It should not be partial. It should be unbiased, and it should be logical. The main principles of research ethics. Main principles, main things are respect for person, beneficence, and justice. Adena respect for person. Respect for person, I mean pandrathu, it is the participants, the samples, the subjects, the samples which we are selecting. We should just treat them with dignity. And of course, they've got all rights to participate. Illa participate pannalama illaya abindrathu they should take their own decision. Just like that, they are easily accessible, we should not compel anyone or we should not force anyone. So I'd like to share one incident here. One of my patient, or 3 months treatment, she was bedridden. Actually, she was working as a principal of a school. All of a suddenly something went wrong. She got collapsed. I don't want to mention the name of the patient, and also I don't want to mention the name of the condition, disorder, also neurological disorder. So totally she was bedridden for a long time. I have to treat her. So after 3 months treatment, now she is fine, hale and healthy. But she couldn't go back to the usual job, and the principal job, because it is a strenuous job, she can't go back to it. She is doing a gardening, a simple work, and she is handling kindergarten students. So she was telling me, என்னுடைய condition, it was so very tough. You've been with me for the past 3 or 4 months fully, and you have cured me. So I wish to conduct a research on her particular neurological condition. She said, you can utilize me as a sample and I will be very cooperative with that. But some patients on the contrary, if they say, they'll just feel very hesitated in a topical research use panading ma'am. So it depends upon them. If they give consent, then we can utilize them. If not, we have to leave it. So coming back to the next one, I just told you, and there are also, they have all sort of autonomy. That is, they have got all freedom whether to participate in the study or not. And not only that, if they are participating in the study, you should get a informed consent about it. And another thing is, ஒரு சிலர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they will not be able to participate in the study. For example, diminished autonomy. What is diminished autonomy or reduced autonomy? For example, if you just see it, they can participate in the study, but they should not be used or with diminished autonomy. For example, mentally ill patients, the CP child, that is neurologically ill children, but they are required for the study, but they will not know what they are going to do it. So in that case, you have to address the parent, those who are just parents of those children, and those who are mentally ill and those who are psychologically affected. இவங்களெல்லாம் நீங்கள் எடுக்க முடியாது. But if you are just going to take it, you have to get the consent from the immediate parents. And sometimes, some cases like autism children, இல்லைனா வந்து CP children, இவங்களெல்லாம் நம்ம சப்ஜெக்ட்க்கு தேவையாக இருக்கும். Because we have to address the society also. அவங்கள வச்சு we can just convey something to the next society. Next generation. So in that case, we can utilize them with proper, with proper consent, written consent from the parents of the particular patients. Of course, that's, I was telling you about the beneficence. What is the main beneficence is, it should be, the topic, the research which we are just doing it should be beneficial for the, not only for the society and not only for the researcher. It should be beneficial for the samples also, the samples, those who are participating. And not only that, we should be very cautious enough in noting the point that they should not be harmed by any means. Sample தானே வந்துட்டாங்க தானே, anyway we are just going to pay them, இல்லைனா வந்து we are just going to monetary benefit இல்லை ஏதோ ஒரு பெனிஃபிட் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க போகிறோம் தானே. ஸோ அதனால் we can utilize them in any way என்ற மாதிரி it should not be there. Definitely they should be handled with care. Of course, for example, ஒரு பேஷண்ட்டை வச்சு நம்ம ஒரு ட்ரக்கை செக் பண்ணுறோம், இல்லை இந்த ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் வந்து எஃபெக்டிவாக இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு செக் பண்ணுறோம். that treatment first time we are just going to give it அப்படின்னா, definitely the samples will be affected by some means. ஒரு ட்ரக் கொடுக்குறோம், உங்களுக்கு அஃபெக்ட் ஆகும், இல்லை ஒரு தெரப்பி கொடுக்குறோம், அதை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான் தான் இன்வைட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ I've just discovered the therapy, I'm just going to give it for that patient. அந்த பர்டிகுலர் சாம்பிளுக்கு அது ஒத்துக்குமா இல்லையா? Definitely he or she must be affecting, he may be affected. So in that case, we should take caution for that particular participant also. Participant samples-க்கு இதெல்லாம் சொல்லி இப்படியெல்லாம் வரதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு you have to inform the particular sample. And not only that, if the particular range percentage of the affecting injury ஜாஸ்தியாக போகுது இல்லை ரொம்ப அஃபெக்ட் ஆக போகுதுன்னா, definitely we are not supposed to take them as samples. We have to make an alternative. In that case, we can just check it on an animal. Even for that, we have to get the ethical clearance for that. So coming back to the next one, so maximize the benefits for the particular participants also. Participants' health is also important for us. And next one, justice. Always research should be conducted in a fair manner. The recruitment of participants should be done very diligently. Otherwise, randomly, if we are just going to select it, we will not serve the purpose. And another thing, it should be like fair and equitable. And participants select பண்றவங்க அந்த particular research-க்கு will they be useful or not? All those things which should be just addressed. And randomly, just because they are easily available, just because they will not claim any question, இல்லை நம்ம கூப்பிட்டா வரமாட்டேன்னு சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க, டிக்ளைன் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, just randomly you can't take anything. So you have to just mention that it is like அவங்களுடைய full concernல தான் you have to take it. So another thing, experimental strategy பண்ணுறோம், mostly experimental study, research study பண்ணுறவங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வந்து we just test one particular thing. So அந்த experimental studyக்கு அவங்க யூஸ் ஆவாங்களா இல்லையா, whether you can take it or not, அந்த பர்டிகுலர் கான்செப்ட்க்கு அவங்க யூஸ் ஆகுமா இல்லையா, இதெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு சேஃபாக இல்லையான்னு எஃபெக்டிவான்னு பார்த்துட்டு தான் you have to take it. And another important point is just do not include any of the participants, those who are coming for money purpose alone. So definitely அங்கே வந்து குவாலிட்டி இருக்கிறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்காது. ஸோ in that case, usually நாங்கள் எக்ஸாம் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். எங்களதெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எக்ஸாம் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுறது பேஷண்ட் வச்சு தான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். So the particular PG student has to do the treatment on the particular patient. அந்த momentல தான் we will just give the patient. அந்த patient full assess பண்ணி they have to find it out what condition it is. அதுதான் treatment procedure. அதில் தான் உங்களுக்கு PG வந்து success கொடுப்போம். So if that is the case, those who are coming for money, we'll pay them when they are just coming as a patient. So that time they will not be very cooperative. The student has to check it thoroughly, assess in the particular condition, they will not cooperate, they'll be just running over for money. So those things can be avoided. That is my particular personal opinion. And also let it not be gender biased. Certain experimental study, when we are just doing it, experimental study in the day, it should be common, addressing the common population. Full எல்லாரையுமே address பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கணும். When we are just going to do it for men, அப்படினா what will be the same effect for women? So it should be the same for everything. When we are just doing it, common ரெண்டு ஜெண்டரை எடுத்து யூஸ் பண்ணா நல்லது. Racism இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் அவாய்ட் பண்ணாக்க it will be better. So coming back to the basic important characteristics of research. Characteristics of research பார்த்தீங்கன்னா it should be controlled. Why I say it as control means we may be taking 2 or 3 factors, இல்லனா 2 or 3 outcome measures இருக்கலாம். One should not affect the other. So that we have to take it into consideration, and it should be rigorous right from the beginning till the end, as I was telling about the biryani. So fulla வந்து ஒரு moment cautious பார்த்து deal பண்ணாதான் research will be a success, and a proper plan also should be there, and it should be like systematic. A proper methodology should be followed, a proper method should be there, and it should be valid, and it should be empirical based on evidences or experiments. It should be empirical, and this research is the main foundation of knowledge. So anala we should make it utilized effectively. Purpose of research pathina it can be in 3 ways. One, it is exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory. Explanatory is we are just going to explore things, we are just going to find out things, let it be a novel way or feasible way, planned and done perfectly. And next is descriptive. We are just going to just talk about any of the history. See, previously or a particular treatment panno, so on the treatment இப்படி இருந்தது, I am just going to do another அதை விட innovative what I can do, and I am just going to do it அப்படினா, first I should know the descriptive aspect of the previous treatment இப்படி இருக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சாதான் I can do an advancement of that. Okay, so previously eye surgery, open eye surgery பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. Appendix surgery, it was done only by open invasive. But இப்போ அப்படி இல்லை. Laparoscopy, morning you can do it, finished off, evening you can come, go back to job within 2 or 3 days. So it's an easy task. So if I'm just going to do some innovation அப்படினா, previous என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சாதான் I can update it. So that descriptive approach is one of the research study. And the next is explanatory. Explanatory study is, it should consist of all the explanation in a detailed way so that we can just proceed further. The next is various types of research approaches. As I said, it is descriptive, explanatory, remedial study, methodological study, even historical study can be done. And for simple manner, those who are freshers, they can just do it as a essay format also to publish it in journals. And various approaches for the research, the main 3 approaches are deductive approach, inductive approach, and abductive approach. Deductive approach, we are just going to check the theories. Check the theories in the sense, we are just going to check whether it is valid or not, and the assumptions la correct ah irka. Adu vandu it is deductive approach. Inductive approach, you are going to create one theory. You are going to freshly create one theory, how it is going to be effective அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு. And the next is abductive research. I think so many of us like hesitate to do the abductive research. Abductive research is based on the puzzles, fact, புதுசா எதனா வந்து வர மாதிரி. So that we don't touch, most of us we don't touch that part. Actually, one of my student is doing that particular research. She is doing it on video games. How video games is going to affect the individuals. அப்படின்ற மாதிரி she is conducting. Actually speaking, she is going on very efficiently. ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. Especially video games for children are getting addicted to video games தான் சொல்லலாம். The same children, the normal children are getting addicted to video games, okay. The autism children, that is the slightly mentally retarded children, autism children, CP children, அந்த பேஷண்ட்ஸ்லாம் சொல்லுவோம். அவங்க ஆக்சுவலி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா mentally they are ill தான், mentally psychologically they are ill தான், but they are also getting addicted to the mobile. மொபைல்னா அவங்களுக்குமே பிடிக்குது. So some correlation is there, some correlation is there. What is it? So இந்த மாதிரிலாம் we can just proceed it. That type of research, it is abductive research. And the next is good quality research. I would have already told you, good quality research, it should be very robust and it should be very strong. It should be proceeded in a healthier manner. Healthier manner, I don't mean to say only the health of the patient. The healthier competition should be there. Unga research அதை விட better how can I do it? And of course, an honest attempt should be there in a quality research. especially students, these PG students conducting research work, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து dissertation இருக்கும், அதுக்காக research பண்ணுவாங்க. See, for example, during COVID, they cannot handle the patients. But of course, it is obvious enough, at the time that they cannot go and handle patients, so they were doing it everything through online, research through online. Patient பார்க்காம இல்ல, they will select a topic according to எதெல்லாம் ஆன்லைனில் research பண்ண முடியுமோ அது மாதிரி they were just doing. For example, they want to address stress now we have a questionnaire, we just give it to the patients or we can just give it to the participants and get it back. But after the COVID period, even now, some of the students, very few students, just because they want to complete the research last minute one or two patients, if it is going to be a sample of 25 samples na adla or 4-5 patient na paagadhu meedi and the outcome measures enna range varum, they learn from that 4 or 5 patients now adha veche vandu values match panni potradu. Actually it is actually saying it is equivalent to doing a crime. You are just going to give something what to say, a wrong information to the society. You are conveying wrong information to the society. 5 பேர்ல வர அந்த ஆவரேஜோ 25 பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வர அந்த ஆவரேஜோ கரெக்டாக வராது. So you have to do it for each and every patient. Don't even skip 1 or 2 patients. Don't even skip 1 or 2 samples. Your report will be biased. And see to that you conduct the research honestly. If it is not possible, take some more time. Take the help of your guide. So in that case, it can be utilized. And all ethical guidance should be very clearly followed. Your concern should be clear. Get that concern from your patients. Otherwise, they will not cooperate, and otherwise it will not come efficiently also. Another thing is, these are the importance of research. Your client is going to be useful. Of course, it is useful for everybody for that matter. Recently, I conducted one research regarding the impact of COVID. Not directly on the impact of COVID, how people are psychologically getting affected on COVID. I did it for more than 100 participants. So it just gave a major report on that. So only when after conducting first over 20-30 samples போற வரைக்கும் when I saw the report, பார்த்தா வேற மாதிரி ஒரு மெசேஜ் தான் கன்வே ஆச்சு. But after getting the 100 samples only, I just got the real picture scenario of the entire research. So all those things can be utilized. Another thing is, that's what I was about to convey, that it is utilized for the society, not only for the researcher, even the participant also. நான் எல்லாருக்குமே ஆன்லைன் ரிசர்ச் தான் பண்ணேன், அந்த கோவிட் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணும்போது they were so eager enough, they called me and asked, மேம் நீங்கள் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணீங்களே, இந்த என்னாச்சு ரிப்போர்ட்டு, என்ன மேம் வந்திருக்கு, because they are unable to find out what it is, no? So they were eager enough. So it is important, beneficial for the participant also. So by all means it is, and not only for the researcher and participant, even for the career improve பண்றதுக்காக பண்ற students, philosopher, by all means it is very useful. So that's it with my topic. So research serves a major role. Hard work never fails. Thank you.